Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Lavanya and you are watching Techie Talk. So in today's topic, we are going to see why most of the companies don't post job openings or don't hire freshers apart from the campus interviews. That is, in case if we miss getting placed in the campus interviews later on, once after our graduation, we find so hard to get jobs into IT companies. As well, we don't get any suitable or relevant software openings in Naukri, Monster, or Shine.com. We always see that openings are for experienced people, and most of the companies don't even consider hiring freshers apart from on campus or off campus. So I'm going to discuss in this video all these details. It's like why IT companies don't give opportunities for IT freshers and what all you have to do to get a job as a fresher after your graduation. I'll be covering all these details in this video. So make sure you stay tuned and watch the video till the end to get maximum information. And before that, if you're watching Techie Talk for the first time and if you haven't subscribed to Techie Talk, make sure you subscribe for most interesting and useful topics. And if you have liked this topic, without fail, hit a like button and also share it with your friends so that most of your friends also will get useful information. Now, coming into the actual topic, there are few reasons for this why companies don't hire people apart from campus interviews. First reason is every year the company will get to know and will have an plan that how many freshers to hire and train them. So what they do is they approach the colleges for campus interviews. So in campus interviews, they filter out the and get the number of candidates required for them throughout the year. And once they hire, later on after 3 to 4 months, they offer the date of joining. Once the candidate is joined, they will train the candidate as per their requirement. For example, if they hire some 10,000 fresh graduates for that particular year, what they do is they train 2000 graduates in manual testing, 2000 in any of the BI tool, or 2000 people in any programming language. Like this, they will allocate the slots for certain peoples with a entry level test. So after hiring the freshers through campus placements, after joining into the company, they will have a initial test. So in that initial test, based on the score, like it will be the initial test will be common questions in all the categories like programming language testing and tools and admin related and system related. All the questions will be in common. So based on the answers you enter, they will filter out which candidate to choose for programming, which candidate to choose for testing. So like that, they will divide the candidates and they will train them, freshers, on a particular domain once the fresher joins into the company. So what happens is with this fresh candidates itself, the open position for freshers in that year will be closed. So they won't have any other new requirement or new open position unless until they get new for freshers to hire and train, or for freshers to hire and deploy into the projects. So this is the main one of the reason that most of the companies don't hire freshers apart from campus placements. The advantage is also like if a company reaches out to campus placement to any college, they will have multiple benefits. This way the company will get promoted, and also this way the package offered will be like mid-level, not too high, and also this way they will have bulk of candidates required in a single drive. If they wanted to conduct any drives outside, or if they wanted to conduct any interviews at their office, then there is cost involved, and also there it will take a lot of time and effort is required. So this is the main reason that they go for campus placements in search of fresh candidates. What happens as a fresher is most of us don't get opportunity to get placed in the campus placement. So this is one of the disadvantage in this process. We will see in the end of the video how can you get job as a fresher. I will cover this point for sure. So make sure you watch till the end. Now coming to the second reason why companies don't hire freshers apart from campus placements. Second reason is, if they hire the fresher, huge cost is involved. As we discussed in the first point itself, huge cost and effort is required if you wanted to hire a fresher. An example, I'm hiring 10 freshers from one of the requirement and I'm having 5 experienced people. So if I deploy these freshers giving some little bit of basic training, they don't have real time experience, and when they start working, for every now and then they need guidance to work on. Right? Am I true? Because as a fresher you will not have exposure to many things in the real world of IT companies. Say an application to work on, you need from front end to back end how the functionality works, and you have to know a lot of things like how many modules are involved, and database configurations and its components, and how the interaction between one component to other component. All these details you cannot get to know in as a fresher immediately. When you start and when you grow on experience only, you will get to know all these things. Say a fresher, when he starts working on, and if he gets a doubt, definitely he has to reach to his experienced people. But experienced people are not as free, like they can guide you immediately. See, you they can give you some inputs, but based on that inputs you have to start analyzing and working on, which is not possible. So initially what they have to do, they have to train you for at least 6 months. So this 6 months is a cost involved, where the cost and time is involved. In this 6 months, company will not get any profit because of you, unless where they are giving you salary and they are training you and they are putting some effort, get you to the level where you will be able to work. So you understood now why companies don't prefer to hire candidates apart from campus or freshers after certain amount of period, because there is a lot of effort required for this, and time, cost, everything matters. Whereas when they hire some 10,000, 20,000 people, everyone is trained at a time within a period of 3 months. And also in that 3 months they will also get an exposure to real time projects, little bit how it works and what it works, and they would have been working on some support. They would get some exposure to support projects. They would get exposure already paired with some of the projects, and monitoring, shadowing, all this occurs. So this is one of the second reason that why companies don't hire freshers after their graduation. One more reason is, not only big MNCs, even the startup or mid-level companies don't prefer hiring as a freshers, because what happens is they will be ready to give you training for 1 year or 6 months or 8 months. But most of the trend, what people follow is, once they get trained and once they start working on into a project, they gain some knowledge, they try to switch for various companies for better salary within an year. Because most of their friends by then, they would have switched a company and they would have said for these people, I have already switched a company with so and so package, why are you still there? So what happens is, this motivates the other person and they also tend to switch it. So in this case they have a huge loss, right, companies also. So that's the reason they don't prefer hiring freshers. So other few reasons could be like, freshers initially they will not know how IT works. They won't have much confidence. Hiring through placement and training is a total different, where within that 6 months of training or 3 months of training, they will be molded to IT environment. But initially hiring you for an IT company without any training or anything, then this involves lot of risk factor. Say you will not have stability, like whether if you are hired for testing profile, if someone says that Java or .NET is good, you wanted to switch your job immediately for that. Where you might get a thought that, okay, why am I into testing, I wanted to move there, and so immediately you will try for changing. Stability is lagging here. And one more point is, you will not have confidence to approach the clients, where training is required for this. Now so basically IT companies are like, interaction is the most point. So you should be in a point where if a question is arise to you, you should be able to justify and also give a right points, and also you should be able to explain it in a clear manner. So as a fresher, you will not get it. So next point is you should be personality development is another point. Personality development is like you should start developing leadership skills from the day one. In IT industry, leadership skills and managing time and work, everything matters. So all these things are considered, and then only companies hire people. Whereas for a laterals, what happens is these all things they get developed and they will be able to manage their day-to-day activity with no help or no effort. But for fresher, it's required. These are the few reasons that why IT companies don't hire freshers apart from the campus placements, because training is required. These are the few points that I am saying why companies don't hire. Now coming to the point, how do you get a job as a fresher? So I wanted to cover this. And no one would say you follow this way you will get a job. I am going to say you how do you get a job. If you follow this, you will definitely able to land up in a job. Instead of struggling, you will at least have a job. So I would suggest there are consultancies and there are companies who hire freshers also, but the thing is they hire in on their payroll. Say what happens is as a fresher also they hire on their payroll, and they give training, and what they do is they deploy into big MNCs. Say, I would say an example, XYZ is a consultancy. They put contract to hire role for freshers. So you might think that going through a contract in the initial stage of my life will lead me to continue in a contract itself throughout. That's a wrong opinion, because most of my known students and also most of my circle people have gone through consultancies and deployed to bigger clients, bigger MNC companies, and after gaining a good experience like 2 years, 2.5 years, they have switched to big product based companies, and now they are in a position where they earn a lakh per month within minimal experience, say like 4 years, 5 years. So never ever get a thought that if you join a company with a less salary in the initial stage, you won't be able to succeed further, because initial stepping stone is required to success in further. So if you keep trying for MNC company to call you, that is not going to happen. And a few AMCAT exams and few entry level exams are there where companies conduct these exams and hire, but that also has been reduced nowadays. If you are a topper like 100 out of 100, then only they consider, else they don't consider. The other best opportunity is there are ample of consultancies which hire fresh graduates and deploy it to the clients. The only thing is they pay you less salary, like 10,000 or 12,000 initially, and the client pays the consultancies more, but consultancies don't pay you that much. It's okay, you can work for 1 or 2 years, gain experience, and then switch. So the only solution which I would suggest for you people is learn basics of all the languages. Like you should have known any programming language, like you should have known about testing, about database, about some tools, and about C, data structure, algorithms. All you should have known some basics, which will help you to crack the interview even in the consultancies. So consultancy, if they approach you for a third party payroll, just go move ahead and give your best. If you get the job, try to join the company and spend for 1 or 2 years, learn the real time world and get experience, and try to switch. Post that, you will be a successful person in IT career. This is my one of the best approach for you guys. I know there is AMCAT exams, there are other exams where you will, for entry level freshers, you will be able to give the exams, and based on that some few multinational companies will hire you. But not everyone is of like will get a job through that, right? Only people who get around 98, 99, 100 out of 100, they only will get these opportunities. I'm talking in general. I'm covering in general all range of people. For say who is poor in aptitude, for say who is unable to clear the aptitude exam, who is unable to clear the logical exams, entry level exams, for them this is the best opportunity. So guys, I hope you got some helpful information in this video. If you have got it, make sure you comment it in the below section. And also, if you have liked my content, make sure you subscribe to our channel without fail. And we'll meet you with another interesting topic. Until then, bye.